Hi, it's me. I want to tell you my story. I'm a very famous journalist in Israel. I take care women, girls that attacked sexually. Before Me Too, I did a lot in Israel. But this special girl, it's special story. One day I found out that a man, that he has a bar, attacked sexually women. He made them in the Facebook. He invited them to his office. Was a woman that divorced and needs some help, and then he attacked them. The women came to me. I took them to the police and he arrested. In trial, in the day of trial, I said to myself, if he attacked sexually women, I feel that he attacked also sexually girls. And one day, in the middle of the trial, a woman, her name Mika, write me in Facebook, and he said to me, listen, I'm adopt a woman of a very rich and famous Israeli man. I have a girl, adopted girl, 14 years old, that she raped by this man. I said, oh, I knew it. And she told me her story. She told me that this rich man find her in street in Paris. She was 5 years old. He took her home. He raised her as his daughter. And when she was big enough, he sent her to learn in Australia, in university in Cape Town. And then she met a teacher. They fell in love because she's a lesbian. And after they finished the school, they came together to live in Israel. The teacher has a daughter. Her name O. She was 4 years old. They came here, live in Israel, and grow together. Or half years before she write me, her girlfriend died from AIDS, and she said that it's broke Or, and Or was she was running from home. Like that, she get to this man that raped her, and she asked me to help her. She said to me, listen, I have to make her go to the police, and I know that you are the one that helped those girls and women. She gave me her link. I wrote to O, and we start to talk each other. And in the beginning, she wasn't nice to me, but then she began to be nice to me. And one day she asked me to give her the phone number of the police officer that take care of this story of this man. I gave her. She called the police officer. She said to him, okay, it was a girl, I want to come and tell you, to complain about this man. But 2 days afterwards, she writes me that she's sorry. She has to go back to Australia to her grandmother because her blood test came and she has AIDS. But she said to me, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Adi. I met her at the club of this man. She also raped by him. She's also 14 years old. She is deaf. She doesn't have home. She lives in the street with children that we call in Israel moon children. They live in Tel Aviv in street, and every night they found another place to go and sleep. So she said to me, please help her. She is alone, and if I'm going, she has nobody. I said to her, okay, give me her phone number. She gave me her phone number. So I start to be in touch with Adi. Everything in phone by writing. You know, 3 things. First, my grandmother, she died. The Swiss grandmother was deaf. So I have a very feeling for those people, and I know how to speak a little bit. Second, I have very attached and carefully for girls that attack sexually. It's in my blood. So one day, after a lot of speaking and writing, I said to her, let's meet. And I met her in Tel Aviv. I met a girl. She wasn't look like 14 years old. She looks like more like 17, 18. Beautiful, intelligent, very good smile, very frightening. She was frightening that maybe are brought with me police. So slowly I got to her. I speak a little bit the deaf language. She didn't. And then she told me her story. Now it's Adi's story. She said to me that when she was 4 years old, she came to Israel from Russia with her grandmother because she doesn't know who is her father, and her mother was, she was taking drug and she died in the street. So the government put her with her grandmother, that she was 8 years old, in Tiberia. But after 1 year, her grandmother got a heart attack and died. So the government took her and put her in Beersheba with her uncle, the brother of her mother. That he was lonely. He was 50 years old, and he didn't know what to do with this girl. So he raped her. The government took her out and put her in a house of a children. They don't have any houses. But there, the children was not nice to her, and they abused her and everything because she was deaf. So she took her out to another house, and then to another house. When she was 12, she went away to Tel Aviv, and since then she lived in the street with those moon children. So I got involved with her and loved her, and I said to myself, no, it's impossible that I will leave her to live in the street. I'll adapt her. But I'm a journalist. I have a lot of work. I have no days, no nights. A half week I'm living in my home in Netanya. A half week I'm living with my boyfriend in the Moshav. So I called Mika. In those days I tried to talk to her in phone. And I said to her, listen, let's adapt this girl. You don't have ore anymore. You have place. You have a lot of money. You will take care of her a half week. I'll take of her a half week. It's mean that you will do all the things with the paper of adapted, the school. All we have to do for take her, by law. I'll take her for 3-4 days, and I'll put her together. Mind, socially, everything I can do. She said to me, okay, good idea. So we did it. Adi was living with me 3 days. The first days in the week, the end days, she was living with Mika. So I thought everything is okay. For time to time, I tried to meet Mika. I told her, listen, we are both mothers of this girl. Let's meet. She said to me, no, I can't meet you. My father doesn't want me involved with journalists, you know. Why? So I say, okay. But, you know, I was in love with this girl because she was very special and she touched me as a woman, as a mother. The feeling of journalist, I was put them away. 8 months she was with me. It was very tough days because girl that you take from street and she had such a horrible story, they broken for time to time. She made all my girlfriend, lawyers, judges, journalists. I took her with me to every place. I sent her to a lawyer to prepare her that one day I hoped she would go and complain to the police about this man that he got in those days 11 and a half years in jail. And the days went. A lot of things happened in those days, but when I'll meet you, I'll tell you. One day, it was 25 of December, she told me that she had a birthday, the day that Jesus born. I say to her, how wonderful, I'll make you a big party. So all my girlfriend bought her present. We make her very nice dinner with balloon and everything. From me, she asked for 3 presents. One, she wants camera. She was taking a very fantastic pictures, and she was a very fantastic painter. I bought her. The second present, she wanted me to take her to the zoo. She said that she never was in a zoo. So I took her to zoo. And you know, in the day she was with me, I took her from time to time also to a movies because she said that she never was in a movie. The third present, she wanted me to take her to a very famous actor in Israel. Her name was Yael Abukassis. She said to me that in the days that she didn't have any place to sleep, she was sleeping in street on the floor. That up it was a big picture of this actor that she was making. I forgot her name. She took her baby. She had in the picture. She took a baby, and for skin guard from the sun. And she said to me when she slept there, she felt like this girl, Yael Abukassis, her mother, because she has a very good face. And so I called Yael Abukassis and I told her the story, and she was very happy to meet the girl. So we make an appointment in coffee in Tel Aviv, and we came to meet this girl. She brought to Adi beautiful present in gold, and we were sitting 3 hours talking. We came back home. Her husband, she divorced already, but her husband was a very famous and rich man. He called me and he said, listen, I know what you're doing to women. Yael came home crying from the horrible story that the girl that you adapt told her. and I want to help you pay for teaching the girl, take her clothes and everything. I say to him, listen, I can't take any money for no one because I'm a journalist. It's impossible for me to do it. Second, I have to tell you something. Last few weeks, I feel horrible. Some things that happened with this girl make me feel like I didn't look carefully who she is in her behavior, and I feel that I was just a mother to her, and I put away the journalist of me, and I can't take from you any money till I will find more about her. And then he told me, listen, tomorrow morning I'll send you a detective. I'll pay for him. Give him everything you know about this girl. Let me take of it. I say to him, okay, it's a good idea. Day after, she went, it was the weekend, to Mika, and the detective came to me. I gave him everything I knew about the girl, about Mika, about the girl, or about a brother of Mika that was traveling in the world, and he was right to me about Adi. He knew Adi, and he was very proud that I take care of her. For time to time, he even sent me a present with Adi. And about a boy, 12 or 13 years old, deaf, from the Children of the Moon, that he was Adi's best friend, that he was right to me in phone, and he said that he will be very happy to meet me, but Adi don't want him to meet me. And I asked Adi, why don't you want me to meet him? He's your best friend. So she said to me, he is a thief and he's a liar. I don't want you to meet him. And so more story, and she told me a lot of stories of the days that she wasn't with me. She was with Mika, and Mika told me also those stories. So the detective left. After a few days, it was Sunday, she came to me again, and every time she came to me, the first thing she did, she went to sleep. She was very tired, and she told me that she's not sleeping well at Mika's place, just at my place. So she went to her room to sleep, and then the detective called me. He said to me, listen, I have the report. In his voice, I felt that I'm going to hear something that I won't be so happy. So I say to him, listen, she's here, so let's meet in the cafe in my neighborhood. I called 3 of my girlfriends, a lawyer girlfriend, a journalist girlfriend, and a judge that know the girls. We were sitting in the coffee when he get in with his report. And he said that I have the report. The girl that she's now 15 years old, she's not 15 years old. She's 30 years old. She's not deaf. She hears very well. She learned in the university psychology. She has a mother and a father. She's working at night in place that take care and old people with people that helpless. She live with her mother in Bat Yam. There is no Mika. There is no uncle. There is no boy deaf. There is no O. There is no mother of O that she died from AIDS. All the people that was in touch with you, it's her. She is Mika. She is the one that talked to you. I was shocked. So my girlfriend said, listen, you're not going home because she's there. I say to them, listen, I was in 5 wars. I was in very, very dangerous places in my life as a journalist. This is my home, and I'll go there. So I went home. She woke up, the princess. And in the evening, when I was at home with her, I was playing with her games, to take her. So she said to me, play, let's play. I said there, no, today something happened. I cannot play with you. You have to be in your room, watch TV. I have to work. Oh, she said, what happened? I say to her, I cannot tell you, it's in work. In the meantime, everyone that called me, my girlfriend, I say to them, hello, Igor. Igor, he was a friend of mine, police officer, that was take care of the criminal from Russia. But I turn around so she cannot see my mouth, because she was reading a mouth. But I know now that she here. So I talk to him like this, so she won't feel that I know that she's listening. And I say to everybody that called me, okay, I have to leave the house. Yes, I heard that oligarch, a big how we said, a man from Russia that wanted in Israel, find out that I gave his name to the police, and he looking for me to hurt me. So that's why I have to leave the house with her, because we have a danger for me and for her. And I say to the phone, I don't want her to know, because I don't want her to fear or something. And I told her, listen, tomorrow morning we have to leave the house because something happened. You have to go to Mika. I'll write to Mika that you come. She cried, no, I don't want to. Say to her, I have to. And we went to sleep. In the night, I took a knife, I put under my pillow, and I was watching her room to see if she wake, if she doing something, if she feels something, because every night she was wake up and going to take some sweets. She likes sweets, so she was wake up in the night to take sweets. So when she wake, I was looking from from my cover and look if she coming back to sleep. In the morning, I took her to a place that she told me it's the house of a girlfriend of Mika. There she went to Mika till Mika will finish her work. But it was the house of her mother. I took her there, and 10 days I didn't come back to my house because I was afraid that she will come and watch if I'm at home. Those days I went to a friend of mine that he is a journalist in TV. We took journalists from the TV. She became a woman that wants to take her brother that he's not so well, and she went to the place that Adi was working to take picture of her speaking, She became, she said to her that she looking for a place for her brother because her mother died and she need to put him in this place like this. So she took picture of her speaking and show her the place and so on. And after I have everything, I called Mika and I said to her, listen, the police catch this man that from Russia that want to hurt me, so I can come and take Adi again. So Mika told me she didn't slept, she didn't eat. I took her to hospital because she was feared that you left her. Blah 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 blah. I said to her, okay, I'll come Sunday 8 o'clock to take her. So Mika told me, listen, I'm going to be in work, so take her from my girlfriend home. I said to her, okay. In the meantime, the other journalist called Adi, that her real name is Natalie, and she said to her, let's meet in coffee 5 o'clock to talk how you're going to help me to put my brother in the place you're working. We put in the coffee camera. I took bodyguards with me because I didn't know how she will behave. And when those two sit in the coffee, I get inside. She saw me. She came up from her chair and she went to me and said, I said to her, listen, Adi, Natalie, the game is over. I know who you are. I know what you did. And then, from her mouth, I heard Mika. It was horrible for me. Horrible. The rest is another story. In Israel, after 10 years, they make a docu-story that I told the story. And I get so many people all over the country that touch for my story. There is a lot of things that it's not the time now to tell you, but this is, the ball of the stories. A girl that she has some mental problems and she make a fake few and came to me. She said to me that she did it because she thought that when she was a little, 17 years old, I wrote a story about her and told that her father attacked her sexually, because she said when she was 5, her father attacked her sexually. I never wrote this article. And then she told me that she wanted to take advantage of me. That when she met me, she fell in love with me. She's a lesbian. And the night she was crying and I was taking care of her, I thought that it's because what she goes through. She said that she was crying and she was afraid that I will find out that she's cheating me and lied to me. And I was hug her and like a mother. And she said that it was so frightening the day I'll find out. And she said that she loves me, really loves me. And I gave her so much in those 8 months that nobody ever gave her. I really loved her like nobody loved her before. And she's sorry what she did to me because it wasn't right. And she wants to be in touch with me, but I can't. It's impossible. Anyway, this is just, the circle of the story. In the story there is more details. How she was with me, what we did, how she behaved, the people we met, the relationship with Mika, with the uncle, with the boy, with Ada, my girlfriend. 8 months. This is the story.